Since the last episode where we picked up a 3-0 win over Everton, we've moved all the way through the winter period, through the World Cup, into the business end of the season. We're in March now, and we are on a run of 3 straight victories. However, there has been a few blips in there. Manchester City defeat in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, Liverpool 3-1 defeat at Anfield, and probably the most disappointing result of the season so far, 2-1 home defeat against Fulham. However, we have bounced back, including a 7-1 win over Aston Villa. Cristiano Ronaldo is on 34 for the season. 31 Premier League goals in 26 league games. That puts us second in the division, 5 points behind leaders Manchester City, who are still undefeated. There is Cristiano Ronaldo's 31 for the season. He is 6 clear of Erling Haaland and 14 ahead of Jamie Vardy in third place, who has 17. Our group phase of the Europa League couldn't get any better. 6 wins out of 6, 21 goals scored, only 7 conceded, maximum points. That means we qualified for the knockout stages and, more importantly, the round of 16. So 2 less games for us to play in. And we are waiting the winners out of these ties, including Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Atleti, Bayern Leverkusen, all in there. Also teams as well like Sivasspor and Union Berlin. We are awaiting the winners of those ties to see who we face in the last 16. Total football reigns supreme at the World Cup, with Netherlands winning 2-0 against Croatia in the final. Goals from Steven Bergwijn and Jurrien Timber gave the Orange Army their first World Cup victory. It was World Cup heartbreak for England in the quarterfinals, getting beat to a much stronger France side with Raphael Varane and Kylian Mbappe on the score sheet. Finally, Harry Maguire was the subject of a huge bid from Newcastle in January. However, he rejected them again. So we are stuck with Harry Maguire till the end of the season. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the United Beta Let's Play. Smash a like on today's video. That would be muchly appreciated. We're going to talk U-Team. We're going to also let you know which players are already on their way out. And as I said, we've got a big game as well against Arsenal today in the Premier League at the Emirates. We need to keep winning. We play Manchester City, the second last game of the season, at home at Old Trafford. That will be Tuesday's episode. What we're going to talk about, first of all, David De Gea. We have got some players leaving. Pretty much all of them have not been offered a contract. Obviously, Dubravka, Tom Heaton are going. Freddie's going as well. He's on 130 grand. He's not great. A ball-winning midfielder. I think McTominay can be the little back up to Casemiro as well. Phil Jones is obviously on his way out. And David De Gea is going on a 3. I just felt like Man United in real life, we need to find a new keeper. I wouldn't be offering him a new deal unless he was happy to be a little bit of a cup goalkeeper. Man United, I think, need to make sure they sign a new goalkeeper this summer and not offer a contract of that size. And I didn't want to do it, so he's leaving on a free transfer. After that, we've got a whole host of other players. We're going to try and cash in on Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the summer. We need to tie Marcus Rashford down to a new deal. He goes in 2024. There's also Garnacho we need to tie down because he has featured a fair bit. 14 appearances. 8 starts, 6 as sub, 3 goals. So I want to tie him down to a new deal, which we will definitely do. Tuanzebe, we're going to try and get rid of in the summer. Brandon Williams, we will probably keep as a little bit of a backup just because he can do both sides. Luke Shaw, we need to tie down to another deal, I feel, because he has had a decent season for us, coming into his peak years as well, 707. So we'll try and tie him down to a new deal in the summer. Anthony Martial, it's just, my issue with him is that he's on 250 grand, and that is a lot to be a bit part player. However, he has been sensational for us and may have to lead the line next season if we can't bring in that premium number 9. And then the last one is Victor Lindelof. We'll make a decision on him in the summer. There is some players in the youth team that I would like to bring through next season. Now, we've played Kobbie Mainoo a little bit. 7 sub-appearances, only 2 starts. Hopefully, we'll see a little bit more of him next year. Alanga has been subject to bids from Dortmund and stuff, but he's actually pretty good in the game. He's probably better in the game than what he is in real life in terms of attribute-wise. Tremendous physicals, decent technicals, 14 dribbling, 13 finishing. That will do as a little bit of a backup. We're kind of well covered in those wide areas. So this is the under-21s. A lot of players out here on loan. The players, obviously, players like Telles, Eric Bailly, Dean Henderson. I am going to try and cash in on him because I don't think he's got a future at Manchester United. He has done quite well at Nottingham Forest in patches this season in real life. However, he's not good enough with his feet. We want a ball-playing goalkeeper, so he will be sold in the summer to help free up a little bit of movement in the transfer market for us. Alex Telles is another one who definitely needs to be moved on. We won't get much for him. Isaac Hansen-Aran, he's very good. Technically, that is someone that I would like to see a little bit more of next season. Hannibal's an interesting one. I think he could maybe suit us a little bit in one of those two midfield slots. What do we do with Diallo? I think I'm going to try and cash in on him because we've got so many options with Rashford, Martial, Anthony, Sancho, Alanga, Garnacho. I don't think we need another wide player, and that probably falls under the same category as well for Facundo Pellistri, so we'll try and cash in on them. If we can get like 30-40 million combined for those two, that'd be absolutely brilliant. One person that has caught my eye though, Alvaro Fernandez. He's actually having a really good loan spell in real life at Preston. He's doing okay as well. 32 appearances in the game, 6.83. Ethan Laird's an interesting one. I'll make a decision on him and Brandon Williams. One of them will go, one will stay. I think I'm leaning on keeping Laird and letting go Brandon Williams because of the age profile. Obviously, Brandon Williams has only got 1 year left as well, so we need to cash in on him this summer probably and look at keeping Ethan Laird. And the last one that I kind of like the look of in terms of mentals and physicals, if we can't get a right back in, is having Teden Mengi as a backup to Dalot. Obviously, we're going to try and get Wan-Bissaka on. The squad planner is an interesting thing at the moment. I need to sit down and go through it because I think I'm doing something wrong because they're not suggesting me very good players at all. Well, they're suggesting me players, but nothing really that I'd expect better, basically. So we have this coming up, which is just a general scouting recommendation of players. Our forward line is just, I don't understand, right? When we look at it, we've got it as ongoing. All I'm asking for is a current potential 2.5 star, any role as a striker, ongoing, potential ability 3.5 star, and that's all they've come back with, which is really weird. Goalkeeper as well. I've just asked the goalkeepers they've got 14 in progress. It's maybe just a slow thing. Maybe because I've just put Europe and they're scanning Europe, maybe because I haven't shrunk my pool in terms of where the scouts are going. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe we need to bring in more scouts. I don't know. I need to look into it. I need to do a little bit of homework on the scouting system because that is going to be so key when I start my main Let's Play with Go Ahead Eagles, which will start on Tuesday after the game drops. Okay, that is everything. A lot of work to be done for the second season. Really looking forward to getting stuck into the transfer window. Suggestions for the players. I want goalkeeper suggestions. I am thinking that we go all out. I think Diogo Costa is going to be the one that we're going to take a look at in the summer. I think he does have a contract. No, he doesn't. I thought he had a release fee. But I think we can prize him away. 25 to 35 million, 40 million bid up front, buff, in we go. That may be the way forward for us. That is one spot that I don't think we need to really worry about. Let's add him to the shortlist now. I think we can get him no problem. So it's Arsenal today. They are one place behind us. Liverpool have moved above us. It is a 3-horse race for the Premier League title. We've done Liverpool twice now. We've got Arsenal to play for the second time today. We are 14 points clear. At least we've got Champions League football, which will make our budget a lot bigger. I said 12 games to go. We are well ahead, 16 points, 18 points ahead of Chelsea in fifth place. So we are comfortable. We're going to be playing Champions League football for our second season. One of my biggest disappointments of the season so far has been Anthony. 13 starts, 12 goals, only 3 assists with an average of 6.84. Sancho has played a little bit more on that right-hand side. He's got 10 assists for the season, which is pretty good. 4 goals in 21 starts with 7 as sub. And then Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side. He's on 9 for the season, 7 assists, so 16 goal contributions in his 25 plus 1 sub appearance. One big tactical change we've actually made is that we've moved it on to attacking. A lot of the time when we've played these teams, sort of Fulham and stuff like that, we've just been a little bit too passive, and a lot of these games that we've played and won really well over the last few weeks has just been down to the mentality change. We tweak as we go. We mix it up between attacking, balanced, cautious, defensive. We've got men sent off on a couple of occasions as well. So we've done quite well parking the bus. We will do a tactical video on the match plan and how to set up 3 tactics in one once the main game drops. However, for today, we are going to go with the attacking mentality at the Emirates. We're going to take the game to Arsenal and see if we can get 3 massive points back up north. So we're going to go with De Gea, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Sabitzer in for Casemiro, Fernandes, Eriksen, Rashford, Sancho and Ronaldo. Okay, so here we go. 6 minutes in, nothing of note yet. We've had more of the possession. We've just racked up 3 quick shots there, 2 on target. Nothing as yet. So that attacking mentality will change it depending on how the game goes. But I do like to give it a good 20 minutes and just see where we're at first. If I think sometimes we're a little bit under, we're not keeping the possession, we're not dominating games, then we go back onto the balance and just play a little bit more cautious approach and see if we can work our game and work our way into the game rather than sort of the attacking, which is a little bit of the old school, sort of like gegenpress, gung-ho kind of style. Right, Fernandes, who's had an average season for us, I'm going to be honest, the central midfielder and attack I thought would be ideal for him. I think what we are going to do for next season, I ain't going to move anything now and change stuff, but I think definitely one of the tactics next year, we're going to maybe put this one back onto a balanced and be a nice sort of like steady, dominate the ball kind of tactic. We'll then do one with attacking. We'll play with 2 mid-central midfielders and we'll move that central midfield and attack as, who was it? Ronaldo, 35th of the season, set up by Rashford. Get in. And that was a lovely little pass by Rashford as well, just to knock it across to Ronaldo. We're 1-0 up, but as I was saying, we're going to go maybe 4-2-3-1, attacking with Fernandes as that number 10. If we just stop it, just stop. Very quickly, we just have a look at Bruno's stats. Let's talk about Bruno. 25 appearances, 2 as sub, 8 goals and 6 assists. So not amazing. He's playing a little bit deeper for us, but as I said, be interested to see next season when we just go for this sort of attacking style that we're doing right now and playing him right behind a central striker. Be interested to see how that does for us. Right, we're 1-0 up anyway. Let's see if we can kick on now. We're not going to retreat just yet. Right, Tierney, Lokonga, Thomas Partey, Jesus. We've won it. Luke Shaw nips in. He's had a really good season as Luke Shaw. Rashford, a little bit more direct on this left-hand side than what we have with Sancho. Oh, I don't think that's a penalty, is it? I think it's outside. What's he going to come up with? Oh, we've got a penalty. We have got a penalty. And it will be Cristiano Ronaldo to make it 2-0. He steps up. Fires it in. We're 2-0 up. That will be what? Ronaldo's 36th of the season. He's going to get 50 goals, isn't he? He's going to get 50 goals. Okay, there we go. Right, half-time. We're going to make a few little changes in terms of not so much, because we do have get stuck in on still. I'm just going to take that off for now. We've got a couple of players that are on yellow cards. I think the only way this game can really change as well is if we go down to 10 men. It has happened about 3 or 4 times this season. So let's keep our heads. Tell you what, we're going to go on to defensive as well. Less risk. Let's see what that does in terms of possession. We're on 47 at the moment. Can we just hold on to the ball a little bit better? Rashford. Eriksen. Martinez. Eriksen's had a really good season. His numbers are really good. We'll have a little look at his numbers in a minute. Dalot. Into Sancho, down this right-hand side. He skipped past the left-back. I think that was Zinchenko. He jinks back onto his left. Dalot has now taken over. Pull it. Eriksen's there. We're going to get a goal, surely. No, it could have even been a penalty. Right, Eriksen's numbers. 10 assists for him, playing as the advanced playmaker as well. 6 goals in 26 games. The only thing for Eriksen is he's just 31 years old. So if this was more than a 2-season save, I think we need to look at maybe a replacement for him long term. We have got Menu, Hannibal though, players that can potentially play in that central midfield area. Right, we're going to do a sub. Dalot does struggle a little bit with fitness. He does do a lot for us down that right hand side. We have got I think we've got an FA Cup game coming up next as well. We're still on three trophy hunts. I think the Europa League has got to be one. Can we get an FA Cup? And then obviously the league is going to be tough, especially when teams like Manchester City have not even lost a game yet. That is a thunder bastard from Smith Rowe. We're in maybe for a tricky last 17 minutes. Okay, Sancho, Rashford's struggling a little bit fitness-wise on that left-hand side. Let's get Tony on, Tony Marshall. He can stretch the play down that side, and we're just going to ask our boys to focus. Maybe we were wrong to go defensive and just play out the second half. We may get lucky. They've not created anything since the goal, though. I think we're going to pick up 3 points here. We have. We've gone to the Emirates. We've picked up 3 points. Cristiano Ronaldo with 2 massive goals, and that will set us up for the rest of the season. So Tuesday night, episode 9 o'clock on the channel, we will take on Manchester City in the second last game of the season. There may also be FA Cup games and a Europa League final potentially at some point next week. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.